Well, two brothers in a free fall as they hustle their way through life, and they are obsessed with street cons and cards. That's the story of Topdog, Underdog. The show is now playing at the Pasadena Playhouse, and two of the stars are here, Brandon Gill and Brandon Michael Hall. Two Brandons, you hear it. This is great. The play looks great. We've got a top dog and an underdog. Now, does that mean one of you is a top dog and one of you is the underdog?
This is true, yeah.
Okay, and who's the top dog? I mean, only in the play.
Yeah,
we're not talking about real life.
No, that's a tough one because you have to see the play to understand who's the top dog and the underdog, because it changes. It goes back and forth seriously. But I think that's also the brilliant writing of Susan Laurie Parks. Hence why this is a prize-winning play, is because there's such an emotional journey between the two brothers that at one moment, you know, Booth is the top dog, the next moment Lincoln is. But there's something that happens at the end that I think wraps it up in a good way.
We always get that debate of who the audience is rooting for.
Give us a better idea of what the play is about.
The play is about two brothers coming of age in the late 80s, early 90s. My profession is a booster, so I do a lot of thieving. And he is a Abraham Lincoln impersonator. And it's about watching these two men growing up black in America, but also trying to figure out how to become grown men, how to form a family between the two. And there also is this familial trauma that continues to follow them. So how do they come over that? How they overcome the economic adversity, things like that.
Now, you both have done movies, TV, I mean, from Big Mama's House to God Friended Me. What do you like about being on the stage with a live audience as opposed to, you know, TV and movies?
I've said this a few times, and it always comes back to a sports analogy for me. I feel like being on the stage is like playing tennis, right? It's a big field, you're watching with a mass audience, and you know, the emotion and the physicality is very big. And then when you're acting on TV, it's very subtle. So it's almost like playing ping pong, a little bit more closer, a little bit more intimate. And so for both of us being from Juilliard and graduating and starting in the theater, it's good to be home. It's good to be back to our roots and remember why we do what we do and using our whole bodies and telling stories. So
I would imagine there's a very different energy as well.
Oh, for sure, absolutely, right? So the audience is definitely the third character in our show. And having them there, the response, the instant gratification of just the laugh to a joke or the scream to a dramatic event happening on stage.
Yeah, careful now.
It's all it's all needed. It's all definitely needed. It helps to fill the world that we're creating. So that's definitely the difference between, I think, doing live show and then a recorded show.
But do you also find a difference when you're doing that live show, depending on where you're at in the country, whether you're in New York or LA, that the audience reacts differently maybe to certain jokes or certain lines?
For sure.
Do you see
and absolutely,
that?
I think it's just depends on the demographic as well as the subscribers of the theater, right? You know, most theater subscribers have seemed to be non-people of color, and so they respond to different jokes. Specifically, when you're watching a play about two black men and it's about steeped in their culture, right? And there's certain things that they do understand, and certain things they need more information on. So. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, the play sounds amazing. It's been a pleasure to meet both of the Brandons today. Again, Top Dog, Underdog, we'll see who's who, is now playing at the Pasadena Playhouse through March 23rd, and you can find more information by just going to our website, kconnews.com, and click Seen on TV.